Very heavy revelation here. Carry me in a basket. See, that man that you are despising, you think that the guy is mad, or you think that he's too opinionated, or he's saying some strange things that appears to slip the rug off your feet. The man is saying some things that the things that he's saying are unprecedented. But the man looks very crude and coarse. He doesn't understand political correctness. He's saying the things the way he's hearing it. Don't despise the prophecies that guy is saying. More importantly, because God has put him under your watch, your shepherdly watch. You must be a skillful midwife so that you can nurture that talent. Because that person, that crude man, he has a message to the nations that will define a new reality for the next generation. Greatness lies in the belly of that man. You must seek the help of the Spirit of God to effectively tend, feed, and keep that sheep. Every great prophetic destiny must be carefully watched over in a basket. Paul was lowered down from a crack on the wall. That means the disciples broke the wall. God is telling the church leader that you must break the wall of your vision to accommodate the lowering of this special talent in your basket. You must break through the confines of your vision and what you have called your church, because it's your church, it's not the church of Christ. You must allow a message to come out to the large church out there from the confines of your wall. That means your ego must be breakable. Your pride must be breakable. You must tend that talent, that gift to the nations. Because the gift must come out of your hold at a given time. The time that Paul was all over the place, taking the gospel of the kingdom all over the place, nobody could hold him again now. But the times that he was inside that place, keep him and lower him in your basket. Every great destiny spends some time in the basket. Paul, great destiny, spent some time in the basket. Moses, great destiny, spent some time in the basket. The midwife broke through the reeds beside the river Nile and made a basket out of papyrus and put baby Moses inside, and she observed from afar. There was a careful, observatory, shepherdful watch that you must keep for the protection and safety of this talent. The talent was greater than the midwife. The vision of the midwife is a subset of the vision that is inside that world changer. The vision of the midwife was to take care of one man. The vision of the man was to deliver an entire nation. So God has privileged leaders in these times, especially when he wants to raise a new generation of leaders that will take the work of the ministry to another dimension. He has privileged leaders, shepherds, just a privilege to tend his sheep. You must see it as a privilege and ensure that you depend on his spirit to successfully midwife the baby that is about to be born. The talent, the solution, the message. You must understand that there is a message inside the belly of that young child that is in your church. Don't despise him because he's rough. Don't despise him because his thoughts, he has not put his thoughts together. He's seemingly immature in your eyes. But listen, that person is growing unto the measure of the fullness of the image of Christ. The Bible told us that Saul was growing in the Lord when this challenge came, and they lowered him down in the basket. So carry me in your basket. I'm on a mission to the nations of the world. Carry me in your basket. A quota data. You don't want to regret that you, because of pride or ego, and you didn't understand whatever was happening in this guy's heart, that you short-circuited your relationship with him and you drove him away from your gathering. Listen to me. Carry me in your basket. You have a responsibility to carry me in your basket. I'm not talking of myself alone. I'm talking about the generation of leaders that God is raising in the Christian churches, because the church is inside the Christian church. The church of Christ is in the Christian church, but the church of Christ is not the Christian church. There's a generation of leaders rising as the church of Christ, but they are under the watch of the leaders of the Christian church. So the leaders of the Christian church, for the excellency of the advance of the gospel of the kingdom, which is a much more global agenda, must lower their guard. They must lower their pride and their ego, and they must put a crack on their wall of their own denominational ministries, so that the gospel of the kingdom can be advanced. And they must shepherdfully lower these pioneers in their basket. Carry me in your basket. Okato data bata. Carry me in your basket is a letter to the leaders of the church, the Christian church, across the nations of the world. I can prophetically declare that God is raising a new generation of out the basket leaders. They will come out of the basket. Some of them are going into royalty. They will come out of the basket. Some of them are going into a very distant land. You may not be able to talk to them again or see them as usual as you see them, but the time that they spend in your house, make sure you midwife them properly. Make sure you tap and you prepare them, you prep them for the nations that God is sending them, because God is sending apostles out into the nations. A new generation of apostles and prophets rising from the Christian churches. They are going out into the nations exclusively to advance the gospel of the kingdom to the nations of the world. Incredible revelation here. What are we supposed to do? We ought to carry these ones in a basket. Jesus.